Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Rich Mancuso. Welcome to Keep It in the Ring, as always, live on my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, along with TD Sports, my co-host and colleague Tommy D, and Shrink Punk Entertainment. My social media handles, as always, folks, as you get involved with me all the time, Ring786 at Facebook, and also on X as Ring786. Facebook is Rich Mancuso. I'm on Instagram. Read my content, LatinoSports.com, where I have a feature on Teofimo Lopez again in his upcoming fight with Shakur Stevenson that was announced officially this week. So, this is Keep It in the Ring. The boxing schedule, as always, scrolled at the bottom of your screen. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and comment as we go along. We'll read as many of them as we can. We expect to go 2 hours tonight, and here we go. And this Friday night special edition, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're playing around with the times, my friends. That's why you got to stay in touch with us on social media. Well, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson faced off, finally, for the first time. We will get to that in a moment. As far as Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach, could there be a rematch? Where would it be? Washington, D.C., Roach's hometown? Or in New York City, as has been the talk. We'll get to that, along with the rest of that exciting card that was Amazon Prime last weekend. Diego Pacheco, the highlight fighter this week, the rising superstar at 168. Will he move up some more with a win on Saturday? We'll analyze that, plus more nostalgia, and, of course, the pro wrestling. The emphasis, of course, is going to be on this guy. Let's show it up there right away, because tomorrow night, on Peacock, that's where you see it, 8 p.m. Eastern, 2-hour special. The last time, finally, for John Cena, the retirement. And we're going to get to that right away here at Keep It in the Ring. So let's get to it. We'll have nostalgia, too, as well, and maybe a boxing guest as we go along as we were going in. So first of all, I want to bring in my esteemed colleague, co-host, producer, helps me to put this together each and every week, Tommy D of TD Sports Talk. Let's bring in him right away, and we'll discuss this last time now for John Cena. Tomorrow night, Peacock, WWE, and that's from Washington, D.C., where there are expected to be a lot of luminaries in attendance, guys who wrestled over the years with the great John Cena, who is considered by many the greatest of all time. I could dispute that. And also rumors that Vince McMahon will show up. Rumors that even President Donald Trump will be there. I don't know how valid that is. But Randy Orton says he's out of the country. He can't be there. He's in Saudi Arabia pumping up the Royal Rumble for the end of January over there. And but you will see a lot of interesting things at Saturday night's main event on Peacock tomorrow night, highlighting John Cena's final match after an illustrious and great career with the WWE. My friends, John Cena was special. There's no doubt about it. I do recall his first match in WWE down in Atlantic City at the old Trump Plaza Casino. WWE was doing a Monday Night Raw right over there. And Cena was just this average guy going in the ring. Nobody knew who he was. He had the gold chains on him, and he had this colorful outfit, but no one knew who John Cena was. In fact, he got booed when he entered. I'll never forget that, when he entered the ring down there in Trump Plaza in Atlantic City to make his debut in WWE. And then, what did we know then? More and more happened as the days, months, and years progressed. John Cena became a 17-time champion overall in WWE and became one of their legends. In fact, Cena is going to pass the torch tomorrow night. That's what you expect to see. Cena and Gunther, final match. I don't expect Cena to win it. However, he could be the opening match, which can take an entire hour to say farewell. And John Cena reportedly this week, 2 or 3 times on numerous platforms, has stated, this is it. Not like others who retire and come back, where we heard that before in boxing. Cena says, this is it. He's finally going to do it, end it, and he's not coming back as an active wrestler. He'll stay involved in WWE in some capacity as a Hall of Famer, as a superstar, and probably as a goodwill ambassador, as a lot of the living legends do. So we're going to see a lot on Saturday Night Main Event. You're going to see a lot of John Cena, at least for the first hour, or maybe even the last hour. They're going to dedicate this entire 2-hour Saturday Night Main Event special on Peacock to the GOAT, as they say, John Cena. And a lot of the NXT superstars will be involved, including Cody Rhodes, defending his WWE title against the NXT heavyweight champ. And we'll get to that later on. We're going to talk more pro wrestling as go along. Tommy D, let me bring you in. Are you there, Tommy? My esteemed colleague and Wait a minute.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Folks, I have no idea that this conspicuous by his absence for months with Rich Mancuso, Robbie Rebel is here.
That's right, Rich.
And I have not, he hasn't been on this program in months. And we really, Robbie, let me tell you something. It is the holiday season. I'm not in a great festive mood. But I got to say, this is a festive holiday surprise for me. Wow.
We thought we would get you nice and good. It has been a minute, so I thought I'd come and say hi.
Wow. Robbie, we are friends.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know what separated us from the bunch, but you've been a staple here at Keep It in the Ring from its inception. You disappeared on me. Well, welcome back, my friend.
It's good to see you too, Rich.
I've been following you on social media. I'm thinking maybe you were either mad at me, Robbie Rebel, with the Rebel Rant, or you're just too busy, because I know that you've been wrestling here, there, and everywhere. I can't keep up with you, but you look fantastic. And I just want you to know right now, even though you didn't buy me dinner, even though you've been away, whatever you've been doing, and I know you've been wrestling a lot, it's so good to see you, my friend.
It's a pleasure to see you, Rich. Just a quick flyby. I have been wrestling an insane amount. I started training on Thursday nights, so it's been insanely hard to even get on to Keep It in the Ring, but I do apologize about that.
Well, look, things happen, but, you've been conspicuous, as they say in the wrestling business, by your absence. And, I know you haven't been doing other podcasts, YouTube shows, whatever, with anyone else, because you've been so loyal to me with Keep It in the Ring and as a friend. But we got to catch up, and I'm glad you're here. It's so timely as well. I still can't get over that Robbie Rebel's back. You've been a fan. Besides the point, the fans have been asking for you. You've been in demand. Where are you? And I couldn't answer it, but there he is, live in living color. Let me bring in Tommy D, TD Sports Talk, my esteemed co-host and colleague. And Tommy, did you know anything about this? I mean, you handling the controls. This is a pleasant surprise.
We thought this would be a great surprise. We need Robbie Rebel back. People have been asking for him. They love the Rebel Rant. Hopefully we get one today. And I figured it'd be a nice little surprise. The last week we went on Friday, and this week Friday. So I took a shot. I threw up a Hail Mary, and Robbie Rebel picked up and scored a touchdown. He's here today. So you know what? We're going to make the best of it.
Well, you know what you did for me? You certainly... I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack.
He had to calmly say, "Oh, he's here. I gotta relax."
I want to tell everyone, and Robbie, I got to tell you, I did not expect this. This was not, as they say in wrestling, a part of the script. This totally caught me off. I'm just right back. Look, I'm so glad to have you back, Tommy, thanks for setting this up because
This is what they call a swerve, right? Is that what they call it? In
this
wrestling?
is the swerve. Yeah. So Rob, Rebel Rant, as we always give him the time, and I hope he could become a regular again, if not every week, from time to time, upon his availability, because I know he's always been on my case about getting to bed early. He's an early riser, not like me. So we'll work this out. I'm sure we will as we move on into the new year.
Because of that early rising, I did win Driver of the Year on my other job.
Yeah, congratulations. I did see that on social media. That's good. And I have been in the car with him, except on the GW Bridge and everywhere else, or on the tunnels or whatever. I've traveled with him a little bit, so I know how good of a driver he is and how patient he is with traffic. I know that. I could never do that, but he is. So congratulations on that great award. You deserve it. Now, quickly, before we go into John Cena, Robbie, update us. Where you been? What are you doing? What do you got coming up?
Okay, so I've been working at this place that I have been talking about. I finally made my full-on debut at this place called NYWC, New York Wrestling Connection. You can check them out on Facebook, and they also have their own website. On my debut, I actually joined a team. It's called Disobey, and we became the Trios champions the first night we actually came out. So
congratulations!
Thank you.
So since we last talked, you've really picked it up and you're becoming right now an independent wrestling star with other goals. You always express that interest, but you seem to be really, really progressing with your wrestling career at this point.
I mean, there's been hiccups here and there. Obviously, there always is going to be, but just joining that place alone, it makes me understand in which locker rooms I really want to be in. There's so much toxicity within the independent wrestling business, but the fact that I'm in a place where I can literally call home now, and I feel wanted, I feel accepted, I feel part of everything. If I throw out an idea, there's reasoning why it's either said, no, we can't do that, or, you know what, let's try that and amp it up to 11. Plus, and to go back to you saying that I haven't been around, I mean, just like Cornette says, how could you miss me if I don't go away?
Right. The fact is that it's a grueling schedule because you work a 9 to 5 as well. It's not 9 to 5; it's even earlier than that. And in between, you do your training, and you have a fiance who looks after you. You're going to be married in the new year, it's rigorous. It's got to be. It's got to be a demanding schedule. So whatever you do is an accomplishment on your part. Congratulations. I'm being very nice to you. I am not going to lambaste you.
It's the holiday season. It's the holiday
season.
No,
that's not it, because Rich Man Clouseau can be a Grinch. People know that. That's not it. It's just so good to see you. But Tommy, let's talk to Robbie, because he's in on the wrestling business more than you or I. He grew up, I'm sure, watching John Cena. I saw his first match. I still continually follow him. Robbie, what are your impressions on, and give you an opinion on the career of the great John Cena? What are your thoughts as he goes into his final match tomorrow night on Saturday Night Main Event?
So when I first saw John Cena, it was with that whole rapping thing, and obviously I'm a rocker, so I hated it. And I know you were supposed to hate it, but I hated it on a completely different level, because I thought it was very corny. I thought that that he's just gonna be here today, gone tomorrow type deal. But as I got older and saw how much work this man has put in. Anytime I actually talk to my colleagues about, do you really like John Cena, blah, 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 the 5 moves of doom, yada, yada, yada. This man has everything down to a science on purpose to not only save his body, but to entertain people. He does more for Make-A-Wish than I have seen any other wrestler do. I mean, when you talk about GOATs, this guy, and this was a hard pill for me to swallow. He's up there topping Ric Flair, especially for what
really.
He's done with the
That's a
business
very championship belt was. Yeah, not a great master in the ring. I will admit, Thugonomics where it all started. And of course, the attitude adjustments or whatever he has, and his finishing moves, whatever. He, to me, was not a great wrestling technician. He was more of an entertainer. Yeah, he moved well. He did this and that. He met all the greats in his 20-year or so career. But to me, I don't look at him as this all-time great as far as his wrestling ability. Mic work, and as far as delivering entertainment to the fans, yeah, but not as an esteemed great pro wrestler by all means.
No, but for the time between like 2003 to 2006, WWE was on its worst heels. And that's when John Cena really did start coming in and had to take over spots, because we had the whole Eddie Guerrero thing. We had the whole he who should not be named thing, Chris Benoit. And unfortunately, those two were amazing in the ring. But when you look at the statistics, they were also one of the all-time lowest drawing champions ever in WWE, even drawing lower than Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels was holding it. And Shawn Michaels is also one of the top best people that have ever been in the ring. But when you put the belt on him, like what was it, 90, 95, 96, right before the whole Monday Night Wars, he wasn't drawing that much money. And it's really sad that these people who are great inside the ring don't draw compared to the entertainers like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and I could keep going on like that, man.
And he was a company guy. He went along with the plan all the time, and well respected all the time. We're not giving a memorial about him. He's alive and well, and will continue to live a long, prosperous life. Robbie, he was a company man. He did what they told him to do. He interjected a bit, but never really went against what he had to do, except towards the end here this year or so, in the last year, that heel turn, which didn't work out very well, did it?
I was enjoying the attitude that he was giving for a minute, but I mean, everyone knew he's on his last legs, so they're going to love him. That's just it. When you grow up with something, your love for whatever it is, just the nostalgia factor alone makes you love it. I mean, growing up, I watched some pretty rough cartoons growing up, but I could still put it on and just be like, oh, I remember those times. And it makes me go into a state of bliss. I mean, everything in the entertainment business now is all about nostalgia. It's all been nostalgia baiting, especially in the past 5 to 10 years, especially.
Yeah, this is Robbie Rebel, folks. He's back with the program on Keep It in the Ring. We're discussing the final match, the final time for John Cena on Peacock, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. By the way, and this was John Cena's idea, the whole year of the retirement tour that ends tomorrow night. He wanted to propel and pass the torch to the young guys coming up in the ranks. And that'll be a major part of Saturday Night Main Event tomorrow night, with the exception of Cody Rhodes, who'll be defending his championship against the NXT champ Oba Femi. Oba Femi's the new guy. Cena wanted that. And Bayley and Sol Ruker. And the tag team titles are up for grabs. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles against Javon Evans and the TNA champ Leon Slater. So that was all John Cena's idea, which goes to show you how much he thinks about the young talent coming up and did not want to make this all about him.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
What's really funny is that me and Tom were talking, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, who's Cena working?" But everything you just talked about, I knew he had a interview on like a big news station. He was talking about how he wanted to just make it all about younger talent that whole night. So I did see that. I just didn't know that he was going to be working Gunther.
Yeah. Gunther is obviously the plan originally was that Cena would still have the Intercontinental title, and he was going to take that from Cena tomorrow night. But of course, that all changed, and Gunther was the appropriate opponent because Gunther liked the idea, and Cena wanted him to be the final opponent. There were so many names that were thrown around. This was all Cena's idea. Triple H and him, they worked on it for an entire year, which culminates tomorrow night, which I think is fantastic. Robbie, do you have one particular match or two that stands out in the career of that man, John Cena, that you can recall?
It's not necessarily matches. It's mostly moments, especially when he first came out with the camo pants and started doing the salute and everything. It's when I look at matches, I don't really put John Cena on the forefront right there.
No.
However, like there was moments like when he put Edge and the Big Show right up on his shoulders. I mean, that's minimal 700 pounds.
Right, remember that.
Minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him work, Taker, working other guys that are complete legends. I'm pretty sure he had a run with JBL, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had great matches with Batista, who won't be there tomorrow night.
Especially
Randy, Randy Orton. He had some great matches with him as well.
Yeah, but he's a moment guy. You don't have to remember complete matches from the man. He makes moments where you could just, oh yeah, he did this one time, he did that one time. That's I think will always stand out much more because you could have, Macho Man Ricky Steamboat every year, but if there's not a moment in that match, it will not stick, especially to the casual fan and the family.
Tom, you have questions for the Rebel Rant, Robbie
I was
Rebel?
going to mention one of the moments that, like, his feud with Edge was really great, and one of the good moments that was part of that feud was, even though he lost, was he's been a face pretty much his whole career, except the very beginning with the Thug Life. I think he started out heel, and then he turned face because the fans started liking him. But when they did Extreme Rules, when Van Dam came and won the title, I thought that was pretty cool. When he came out, the fans started booing him. He kept taking his shirt, throwing it to the crowd, and they kept throwing it back. I thought that was one of the bright spots. I mean, John Cena's a good sport, and he put RVD over in that match, and he put the crowd over. He kept throwing it like that. That moment alone with the intro and him throwing his shirt and the crowd throwing back. I mean, it brought back times from when I used to go to ECW events in Philadelphia. So, to me, that's one that sticks out for me.
Yeah.
John Cena. And Edge came in and interfered in that match. So.
And the "You Can't See Me" became so popular with that finishing move, and "You Can't See Me," and the fans expected that to happen to finish a match. You can't see me. Yeah. I think, Robbie, you could attest to that. Every wrestler has a finish and a final finish that's memorable, and "You Can't See Me" is very memorable.
Oh, the whole 5-knuckle shuffle thing. It's also like a nod to The Rock. Like, if you really think about it, or Road Dogg Jesse James. Like, he would run off the ropes. He would do like the little shake, rattle, and roll thing. Drop the forearm. The Rock had the elbow. He saw what works and just kept with that, and he made it his own.
Yeah,
that's why he will be a legend.
Guys, let me guys, you're talking about legends. Where do you rank him among Hogan, The Rock, Steve Austin? I mean, those are the big names, really in this generational period. Where do you rank him among those names?
It's tough.
I would have to. You go first, Tom.
Go ahead. Okay, I say I would have to rank him somewhere top 10. I just don't know where. But think about this. Like, I mean, obviously, we don't really have, we have AEW, we have TNA and other federations, other organizations. And before we had WCW and WWE. Think about John Cena's been with one company his whole career, 25 years. So I think that's pretty special.
That's what he said. Loyalty, respect. That comes into the loyalty part, right? Good point.
So definitely somewhere in the top 10, because even though I wasn't a John Cena fan, I like to root against him. And he was good in the mic. He was entertaining, so you still paid a ticket to go see him in some type of way, so it's somewhere in the top 10.
Robbie, was there any one move or one thing he did that you might have thought of also carrying over in your repertoire in the ring? Not that wrestlers like to emulate others, but was this something that inspired you about him?
Actually, there is something there is something that I do. So when I was a babyface, right after what we call a double down, you would have your fire up for the babyface so that you start cheering on him, right? So mine would be I would go clothesline, and then I would pick someone up, but it wouldn't be technically on the shoulders just because I was a little bit smaller, a little bit also chubbier at the time. I would pick them up and then end up kind of like a body slam version of the attitude adjustment, and then I would go right on the rope, second rope like Bret Hart, and drop the forearm from the second rope.
Another legend that could put in that list. I would set up
my finish after that.
Yeah, and the thing is that all those guys you mentioned, that I mentioned, you just mentioned Bret Hart, he knew them all. They all respected him. He respected them even more because of his loyalty and dedication, and also he knew what they did for the business. He knew what they did for WWE. And Vince
I never heard
McMahon,
Bret Hart's bad thing about John Cena.
No, you never really heard. Not one person that I've confronted in the wrestling industry that when I was around working in the industry more, when he made his debut and so forth, and later on I keep in touch with people in the industry. I haven't heard one bad thing about this guy. One bad thing at all. And then he got his father involved in the act too, who'll be there tomorrow night in Washington, D.C. An incredible person with a lot of talent. Again, not the greatest technical guy you would see in a wrestling ring, but great mic work, great entertainer. The fans loved him, and it's all coming to an end. He says tomorrow night, Saturday main event against Gunther. Any predictions how that final match will go? Both of you guys.
He's going on his back.
I feel like he's gonna. I just don't see how they could do that to him, but I don't think he cares and minds putting Gunther over. But I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you would like to see him go away with a win.
If he says that he wants to put the younger talent over like he does, he will go out on his back, because even the Undertaker has said you always go out on your back.
That's another guy.
If he doesn't go out on his back, it's a little bit of a smoke and mirror thing.
Yeah. No.
He gets pinned, or does he tap out? Does he give up?
Yeah, that's the question. Is he going to get pinned or tap out by Gunther?
Pinned.
Gunther put him in the lock. Pin. Okay.
He'll get pinned.
And of course,
because I don't see a screw finish. I don't see a tap out. Because if he gives up, then people don't go home happy. They go home.
No, and the thing is, whether it's going to be at the beginning, the first hour of this show tomorrow night, or the ending, there's going to be a big celebration that it's over at the end.
First match.
So it is definitely confirmed to be the first match. That what you heard?
That's what he said in his interview.
Yeah. But today there were reports that it might be the end and not the first match. But I have to think it's going to be the first match, and will encompass the entire first hour tomorrow night on Peacock. That's what I think. That's how they'll do it. My thinking is that I've been reading that. Talked to a few people about that. That seems the overall consensus. But regardless, guys, the end of a great era. John Cena's final match, the final one, tomorrow night. Peacock, WWE, 8 p.m. Eastern, a 2-hour event. Robbie, I'm going to leave the final minute here and move on, with hoping that you'll come back again on the program upon your availability. I won't force it. Great to see you again, but you got to have a rant for us. Come on.
Do you got a rant for us?
I'm going to go on the fly as best as I can.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Here's a Rebel rant. Robbie Rebel.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Rebel Rant, brought to you by Keep It in the Ring. Just before we start, I want to let you know that everything that I say, do, or, kind of talk about a little bit, does not represent Mr. Tom, Mr. Rich Mancuso, or Keep It in the Ring yourself. This is the part of the show where we ponder and pontificate the problematic problems of professional wrestling today, and I'm going to go straight into the indies. And the first thing that I want to talk about, and probably the only thing that I'm going to talk about, is how you Go around to other wrestling schools, and if you own one, you are just picking up the students and going very underhandedly. This is something that is a no-go. This is something that you should let them decide what they want to do, not being double underhanded. Let's face facts. All these promoters and people who run wrestling schools, most of them have no contacts. Most of them don't even know how to wrestle, and most of them are just completely out of shape. Luckily for me, I joined a great place called NYWC. On December 27th, you will be seeing me defend the trios titles. But besides that, we are going to make sure that people stop being this type of underhanded. This is ridiculous. I can't stand this. You do not go and take away from competition. Competition makes everything better. It puts you on your toes. It makes sure that you are able to completely and utterly be not only yourself but something different. You know, we go into a whole country where it is all about where you have different places to do things, different places to completely what's the word I'm looking for, when you could buy something. So sometimes it's not just Amazon, sometimes it's not this. Just like in the pro wrestling indie stuff, you also have to make sure you have multiple places where you could go, because let's face facts, wrestling's like a flavor of ice cream. If you like chocolate, I like vanilla, and this guy likes, raspberry, blueberry, whatever he wants to do. It's perfectly fine. It's all about taste. It's all about flavor. You don't have to be the best technician, but you could be a great walker and a great talker. If you don't have the best body, you could go in there and have great psychology. But this is what is making me really, really mad from now.
All right, that was an auspicious return of the Rebel Rant for Robbie Rebel, Tom.
That was a good one. I mean, hey, on the fly too. I don't think I told him to do the Rebel Rant or asked him if he could do one. So.
I had nothing prepared. That was all off the top of my head. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you, he'd been off the air with us for a few months, but I could see that those mic skills in the ring have really worked. Robbie Rebel is back. The Rebel Rant is back on Keep It in the Ring. A great analysis about the final match for John Cena. And Robbie Rebel, my friend, and I will call you my friend. I never said you weren't my friend. It's just so great to have you back. What a pleasant surprise. We'll talk to you in the new year. Happy holidays to you and your fiance and the family.
Happy holidays, guys. Thank you for having me back on.
And keep it in the ring.
Thank you, Robbie. Take care, Robbie.
Good night.
And I didn't get nasty with him, and I didn't make funny faces. I heard every word he said, Tom. Thank you for that big surprise.
Nah, no problem. I thought it would be a nice little surprise, and
that was a swerve already.
It was good. It's good to have him back. I like Robbie, and I don't know if people are getting used to us on Friday when they watch the replay. I think they're going to appreciate it because I know a lot of people like Robbie. They like his background too. I know people have mentioned.
No, he's around. Just get him on social media. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram as Robbie Rebel. And we got him here as a Rebel Rant. Or Tom, we're going to move on. We have a lot to do. We'll get back to some more pro wrestling later. But it's only 9:30, and we got to start the boxing talk now. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, YouTube here. I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D. TD Sports Talk. The calendar of boxing ahead for the rest of the year, or most of it, scrolled at the bottom. My social media handles as well. Tom, let's get to it. Enough has been said. They faced off for the first time at Madison Square Garden. And finally, friends of sorts they are. Shakur Stevenson, the champion in one weight class, and then moving up to face Teofimo Lopez. January 31st, it's been talked about. We always thought it'd be at the Garden. It is in the Mecca, in the main arena, on January 31st. Live on the Zone, the mega fight. Stevenson, of course, this is nearby for him. Newark, New Jersey, and of course, we know Teofimo, Brooklyn, New York, so it's going to be a New York flavor in the house. And Lopez, 28 years old, the lineal champion, they say, in the WBO Junior Welterweight champ. He's defending it, the fourth defense of the title after throning Josh Taylor. Decision wins over Jermaine Ortiz, Steve Clackert, Arnold Barboza back in May. Stole the show, was the highlight fight in Times Square. Stevenson moving up in weight, though. That's what we keep talking about. Coming off the win over William Zapata. So, Tom, it's finally here. Tio says he's still on the Devin Haney topic. He said he has no motion. Why the fight is happening with Shakur is because Devin Haney did not have what Shakur brings, which is a buzz that Devin doesn't have. What do you think about that?
I mean, and that's what we kind of, well, not we, but I tried to get at him when we originally had Tio on the show. I wanted to see why, he didn't break the fight with Devin Haney. He says that it was nothing for him. He said that, because it was a lot of money. He was being offered a lot of money to fight Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And he said, why move up to 144 or 147?
Because Devin didn't have a title, but Devin has one now.
And then he would have to lose his title. So
yeah, he said that. He said that to us on the program a month ago.
That's what I'm saying. And I kind of wanted to dig into him a little bit, like on it, because I don't kind of agree with that. But listen, he's got a tough fight with Shakur. I don't agree with it because I feel like, listen, when are you going to make money like that again in a big fight like that, an opportunity against one of the greats right now in boxing? But now he's in a fight with another great. He's going to be in there with Shakur. Some people don't give him a chance. Some people are saying 50-50.
He's the underdog. He's the underdog.
Yeah, he's underdog. And listen, you just mentioned it. Tio had a great performance, probably the best performance of the night back in Times Square. But he was fighting a guy, Arnold Barboza, that I thought was very limited. And Tio fights in spurts. Sometimes he's up, sometimes he's down. He can't do that with Shakur. So it's going to be a tough fight for him. I do give him a chance, but it's a slight chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say anything bad and say Slim and none and out of town. I'm not gonna.
I will tell you this, and Tio and I have been texting back and forth the last few days. He in my column about Teofimo Lopez and his fight overall, posted right now on LatinoSports.com. I encourage everyone to read it. Tom, one thing I saw when Teofimo was a more complacent Tio. He was, in no extravagant attire, going up to the podium, trading the fists as he always does, pleasantly talking. Not that he's not pleasant, he is. But I sensed more focus in him. And he said Shakur is not as superior to his other opponents as his other opponents have been, obviously referring to Taylor and Lomachenko and so forth. He said there's no friends in boxing, and these two are obviously friends out of the top-ranked boxing stable at one point. And then Shakur came back and said he's referring to Lopez wins versus Loma and Josh Taylor. But he said they weren't as superior, also as opponents that he would be. I found that to be a little interesting, but most of all, I just saw a different Teofimo Lopez at that press conference in New York on Tuesday or Wednesday.
I think you saw a different Tio because he didn't really come out and say anything really crazy and come in any weird costumes and stuff like that. But he
no vocal language. He seemed like
a lot of awkward comments, though.
He was having fun, though. He was having fun, different type of fun. And I noticed he was focused. His father, of course, Tio Sr., once again, was the loud one. And I have respect for him as well. But, father-son combinations of boxing, that's what they tend to always do. But, Tom, we got a lot of time to dissect this. That fight, believe it or not, was maybe 6 weeks away in New York. Glad it's in New York. That's where it belongs. That's what it comes down to. And it's going to be the mega fight, the top one beginning in the new year in boxing. And it was a hyped, anticipated Matchroom Boxing. Got the bid for it. They're doing it on the Zone, January 31st. So let's move our attention briefly what we saw over the weekend in Texas. We saw a great Prime Amazon Prime pay-per-view and pay-per-view.com. And that guy, Lamont Roach Jr., joins now with two consecutive draws. And he joins an elite group of company that did the same thing. Mario Barrios, Orlando Salido, Jesse Vargas, Cruz, and Roach. A draw. A rematch, obviously, both of them would look for. Roach wants it in his hometown of Washington, D.C., and Cruz, what did Cruz say? He wanted it in New York City, possibly.
He said that.
Yeah. And, of course, Lamont Roach, broken hand in the fight, busted lip. The two of them had ultra respect for each other. A fight, though, at 140 for the first time for Roach. He overcome the third down knockdown. 115-111. Here's the dispute. Let's go to those scorecards. You have them up?
Yep.
Here it is. 115-111. 113, 113 twice. This in San Antonio. Roach obviously had more jabs, shoulder punch stats, the power shots, and Cruz retained his title with this draw. Look, when you look at these punch stats, Roach drew more punches and more power. 28% to 17 in jabs, he outdid him, Cruz. And yet one judge gave Cruz the last 3 rounds.
Insane.
Right.
Insane. There's no way he won the last 3 rounds.
Or the last 4 rounds.
Yeah.
The last 4.
Wow, the last 4 rounds. That's crazy. In the last 4 rounds, I think I gave Cruz 1 of those 4 rounds. But since the 6th round, Roach won every single round, including the 6th, to me, except maybe one was close. I think it was like the 9th or 10th. But that fight, to me, it was entertaining. I thought Roach made it a little bit more difficult than he had to. But listen, Roach did something that I didn't see anybody do, including Tank Davis. He hurt Pitbull Cruz to the fact that Pitbull Cruz was running. I don't care if people say he was boxing, whatever. No, Pitbull Cruz was running, and of course led to some dirty tactics as well. He got a point deducted. I thought he should have got a couple points deducted. Very dirty in the fight. Was very frustrated. Like I said, Roach made it a little bit more difficult than he had to. If he would have boxed, he would have beat him clean. But I think he wanted to make a statement. And listen, in my opinion, he made that statement because I've never seen Cruz hurt. And Cruz has a good game face, but with him running around the ring the way he did, he was definitely hurt. You know,
he wasn't able to throw his power. He's known for his power, Pitbull Cruz, and he wasn't able to do that. Lamont Roach wouldn't enable him to do that as well. Reflected in the punch stats, of course. I did not see this as a draw. I thought Lamont Roach won the fight. I agree. He took that there was a difference there. That judge with 3 blind mice. Here we go again to end the year in boxing, as I call them. A rematch is definitely warranted. Poor Lamont Roach, second consecutive unanimous decision draw.
And another gift decision for Pitbull Cruz. I've seen this again.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought Cabrera.
I want to see it again. I think we will see it again. And I think it'll end up in New York. It's a New York type of fight. That's what I think is going to happen.
I would like to see it because I'll be there if it's in New York.
Yeah.
I think Roach makes it a lot easier this time.
Controversy in boxing, as always. And it's Araceli Lara, oldest champ in boxing, 42-year-old Cuban. Knocked down in the first round. Lara gets the unanimous decision, a dull fight overall. The replacement, Johan Gonzalez, gave him, gave an effort, but didn't give a championship effort. And retaining the WBA middleweight title, with now options more for Lara. It goes to 32-3 with 19 knockouts. And after briefly, your thoughts on Lara, Tom, real brief.
You know, Lara 42 showed his age, I think, in my opinion. I know he's fighting somebody that he was comfortable with. He fought somebody that he didn't train for because of, Janet Beck, popping for the steroids. I believe he knew who his opponent was going to be a few weeks ago. I think he did get that notice, and that's why the guy was a friend of his, And I think he laid a little easy on him, but at the same time, Lara did look a little bit old. But credit to Lara, man. I mean, he's a true Hall of Famer. I like Lara. I'm a fan of Lara. I thought he got screwed in 2 decisions. I thought he beat Canelo. I thought he beat Paul Williams. And, he may be thinking about maybe making one, big fight and then maybe, looking to retire, in my opinion.
No, he's achieved a lot. 42 years old, he's achieved a lot. Yeah.
42 years old, and we don't know if he really is 42 years old with these Cubans and stuff, but nevertheless, he looked good. I also want to let you know that our guest is here as well.
All right, we'll get him. But let's get to some of the comments, and then we'll continue this discussion after that. What are some of the comments you got up there that are coming along as we move along here?
903 Boxing, salute to you. He says, facts, Pitbull turned into a weenie dog, and he did excessive clinching. He thought and he also thought that Roach won easily.
Good point, 903. Anything else come true?
No, so far it's been pretty silent right now.
All right, it's a Friday night. People are Christmas shopping, except me and you. I don't do that anyway. But let's bring on our guest. We have a young prospect, an upcoming fighter in a super featherweight division out of the Bronx, New York. You know him real well. I've never
Yep.
met him yet personally. I know who he is. Super
14
featherweight.
and 0 out of the Bronx.
OFACIO Falcon Jr., 25 years old, known as the Sniper. Undefeated, 14 and 0, 8 knockouts. It just came off a first round win, the TKO win, 6 rounds in Atlantic City, New Jersey last weekend. Fights out of the orthodox style. He is an exciting young fighter, a young prospect superstar in the making in the sport. Afacio, welcome to Keep It in the Ring. Rich Mancuso and your buddy Tommy D as well. Congratulations, champ.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
It was a
Fassi, how
pleasure
you
meeting
do?
you,
How you
man.
do it? Is it like that? Like
Yeah,
how you
you pull
do
it
it?
out. You gotta pull it out through your
Oh,
back.
I gotta pull it out. Pause,
You
and
got
then
to.
What do I got to do?
You gotta grab it from here
Yeah.
and pull it out like a sniper.
okay.
You are? Why did
So,
they call you the Sniper? Fill me in on that.
so when I was like 5 and 0, I did camp in Florida. I was training with like Christopher Diaz. I was training with a bunch of other professionals with a guy named Coach Nelson for like strength conditioning and stuff. Um, and when I was in camp, I sparred this guy. He was 17 and 0. I forget his name. But in the middle of the camp, Coach Nelson was working my corner. He told me, he's like, yo, it's like everywhere you look and you hit, you don't miss, bro. It's like you're a sniper. And ever since then, everybody around there been calling me sniper, and I stuck with the name.
Yeah,
Nice.
and you're in the Bronx. You're in the Bronx. Where do you train in the Bronx?
Right now, I'm training at Bronxchester.
Oh, the old Bronxchester
Salute, I don't know if
boxing
you was
gym
here,
by
but
the projects there in Castle Hill. That's had
yeah.
a lot of great
Yep.
fighters come out of there. Even Hector Macho Camacho, the late Hector Macho Camacho, Alex Ramos, the Bronx Bomber,
Yeah.
who's retired in Simi Valley, California, with a lot of health issues. Yeah, there's so many great fighters come out of that gym. And who's
Wama
training you
Lopez, I
there?
believe, trained there too.
My guy,
Oh,
Wama
that's
Lopez.
right.
His name is Mac.
Wama
His name is
Lopez.
Mac, Coach Mac.
Yeah.
And coming off this win of Facio, where do you go from here? Because you're undefeated, you're making a move, and you're young enough to make a move to go higher and higher. What's next?
Just that. I want to go higher and higher in this new year, 2026. I'm taking the rest of the month just to mentally prepare for what I want to do for the next year or so and moving forward. I want to continue taking step ups. I want to get if you guys check my box, like I haven't even done the 8 rounder yet. I want to at least on paper get at least 2 8 rounders in next year and then at least have a 10 rounder before the year ends. Whether it goes
Okay.
10 rounds or not. Um, so yeah, I want to make those moves and then hopefully by the end of 2027, when I hit 27 years old, I want to have some type of belt or world title or something. So that's what I'm looking at right
Good.
now.
Those are
Well, that's
great
what I want. That's my
goals.
goals, yeah.
Okay. And
Tom
let me
fills
ask
me
you
in
so.
more. Yeah, Tom, I wanted to tell him, then you could take over because you know him better than I do. Not that I don't know what he's doing, but I don't know him like you do. Tom tells me that this knockout punch is something to see live and up front. What makes it so special?
Me or him? Me or Tom?
No. Talking to you. I didn't get a knockout. You did.
Oh,
Your
the knockout punch was
knockout.
special. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just how I get them. I'm not forcing it. I look like a true professional in there. I'm not just going in there throwing a bunch of random shots. I'm setting up my shots. I'm picking my shots, and they're landing clean. You'll see why they call me the sniper if you come live.
Yeah, obviously from these images from the fight, and you're an exciting fighter that the fans get into. And I know you had a lot of people down there on the boardwalk rooting you on, cheering on you, and that goes good with any promoter. Who's promoting you right now? This was a Thomas Lamana show, Uprising
Yes, sir.
Promotions, I believe. Yeah, do you have a sole promoter, or do you intend to go somewhere bigger?
Um, right now I'm 14 and 0. No, I don't have a promoter. Right now I'm at the point of my career that I'm able to just to continue moving, stay on the move, and just jumping from promoter to promoter. I know eventually, if I want to hit for one of these belts or something, I'm gonna have to settle down somewhere. But I feel like I'm bigger than just one of those small promoters. Uh, I want to go where I get the publicity, I get the fans around me. I feel like I put on the best performances when I have a lot of people in the crowd, and I feel like this new year, I just want to take those leaps, take the right steps to getting towards those titles. So I feel like a Matchroom, a Top Rank, or one of them sort of promotions that could get me in line for one of those things would be my next move, God willing, in the near future.
In a division that's really tough, what do you think about the division you're in, super featherweight?
I think there's a lot of great fighters in here. I think by the time it's time for me to take one of those belts, I feel like the division will kind of like clear up. And a lot of people are moving up and down I'm here to stay. Whether the weight class gets hard or not, I'm very disciplined. I think Tom could tell you himself. Like I'm always in the gym.
Hmm.
Um, I'm very disciplined. I continue to make 130, and I can't leave 130 without making a statement and taking some type of belt or something. So maybe by 2027, at the end of the year, a belt will go vacant like the one belt just recently did. And if not, then I guess I have to go take it from somebody then. But we'll see how it looks, how the division looks by the time I get when it's my turn.
All right, Tom, go ahead. Talk to your champ there, OFACIO
Yeah.
Falcon Jr. And where you from? Where are you from as far as your Latino heritage?
I'm Puerto Rican. My father's Puerto Rican. My mom's Dominican.
Okay.
Okay. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to make this fight. Usually, I'm at Alfonso's fights. How was the
Yeah, you broke
crowd
my
as
heart.
far? What was that?
You broke my heart, man.
How was the crowd? Because usually, you're under big main events and big cards here in the city, and sometimes when people come to fights out here in the city, or in any fights, the crowd doesn't come until like the middle of the cards or the towards the end. But when you're on the card, there's a big crowd that comes see you. So I just how was it? Was there a lot of people to go see you in
Yo,
AC?
yo, bro. Ironically, bro, they gave me like, I think it was like 150 tickets.
Yeah.
Bro, I sold out. Like it was just like gone before fight week. And then
Wow.
people were
Nice.
demanding tickets, and I just had people going to buy at the door because I really didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Um, but bro, ironically, bro, I'm not even from New Jersey, but a lot of people came from the Bronx, New Jersey, and all over just to come and support. And shout out to them because I appreciate everybody that came. So it was a sold out crowd, bro.
I'm not
So
complaining
that's a
that you're
good
from
thing.
the. I'm not. He's
Yeah.
from a championship borough, and a lot of
Yeah.
I got a
fighters from.
question. I got a
Yeah,
question. Who was the last world champion from the Bronx?
the last world champion from the Bronx. That's a good question, and I should
Iran
know
Barkley.
that.
Was it? Was it Iran?
Iran, no, not recent, not recent. Though you talk about a great Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Famer from the Bronx.
Really?
I gotta
Somebody
look
after
that up.
Iran? I can't think honestly.
Exactly. So what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is that I feel like everybody from the Bronx or around any type of the area should be supporting a young fighter like me
Yes.
because I am and will be that next guy. I feel like there's fighters in Newark, there's fighters in Philly, there's fighters in and uh their city backs them. I feel like the Bronx, a lot of people don't back each other over here, bro. And I feel
Yeah.
like
No, you're right. And
there is no fighter from the Bronx doing what I'm doing now.
no,
Yeah.
I of a recent time now, Falcio. I can't think of someone currently who's last champion. I mean, we've had Barkley, we've had Louis DeVal,
Lou Del Val,
who
but he didn't, I don't think he won a title.
he did. He was a, he
He won
did
one of
win a
those
an
useful
alphabet
titles,
soup,
right?
whatever it
Yeah.
was. He was in there, but really, the one that comes to mind is Iran Barkley. But that's a
Yeah.
very good point. So
I
you're
will
New
say
York
eyeing,
that.
City, New
I
York
won't, I
City
won't,
itself has had a lot of champions, but the
yeah,
Bronx,
Brooklyn.
people don't
Brooklyn's been
understand.
more,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
Brooklyn's
Bronx is
yeah,
the
very,
smallest
yeah.
borough out of all
I feel
five
like
boroughs. The Bronx is the smallest one.
I feel
yeah.
like if the promoters are looking for something marketable, someone young, someone with a lot of talent, bro. Besides, you said I was orthodox earlier. I also fight southpaw. I can fight from both stances.
Wow,
Um,
that's not easy to do. That's an
absolutely not.
adjustment, and
I
you're
have
able to do that well.
absolutely have great
Yeah.
IQ. And besides that, I have power. So it's like, and then you got to fight it from the Bronx that a lot of promoters don't have any Bronx fighters to promote. I feel like, come on, bro. It's like, what is there to look for? I have a
Yeah,
perfect record. It's not like I'm just fighting randoms. If anything, the guy just fought my last fight, fought Christopher Diaz, and he fought a guy named, I think the guy fought Gabriel Flores and box and beat him.
Hmm.
I forget his name,
Well,
but if you took his box record, he went
yeah.
7 rounds with him, and I stopped him in the first round.
yeah.
So
Facio, what do you think about the sport right now? You're a young guy who's making a move in the ranks. I ask every fighter who comes on this program, every fighter I talk to, is this sport in good position? Is it healthy?
yes and no. It's in good position for those who are in position to, as far as fighters to who are signed or have a great backing behind them. They're in a good position with them because they got a guy like Turkey who's going to bring that big money and pay those guys what they deserve. I feel like for fighters like me who have talent and are not signed, it's kind of hard because promoters aren't looking to sign new guys. They're just banking off of what they have already. Or if they are signing somebody, it's which they're signing someone who has a big backing or something like that. So, yes and no, yes and no.
Hmm.
Do you agree with the Turk guy and Dana White are doing with the new league, one champion, and trying to overturn the great Muhammad Ali Act that perfects, helps fighters like you and protects you?
As far as the Muhammad Ali Act, I don't agree with that. Um, something just to put out there. I actually did sign a contract with Zuffa Boxing and TKO Boxing League. Uh,
Yeah.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna drop to 126, but my last fight, I decided that I can't make 126 because 130 wasn't the easiest thing to do either.
If you want to
So
fight I'm sure your dream is to fight at the Mecca in Madison Square Garden or even the Barclays Center, but more so the Garden. Every
I
fighter
done
fought, I
that.
does.
fought at the Hulu Theater, but I do want to fight in the big garden.
Right, right,
You
in
want to
the
know one of
main
my real
arena.
dreams, bro? You want to know one of my real dreams, bro? And I feel like Turkey can make that happen. The thing is, I just don't want to say it, and then they do it, and I'm not on that card. I'm gonna be pissed off, man. But
Yeah,
anyways, I'm gonna
and
say it because I'm gonna tell you guys. So I want
you,
to
s-
fight the last fighter to fight at Yankee Stadium. I'm gonna ask you that question. Who was it?
It
Main
was
event.
Cotto, and
that was
Fury,
Cotto and Yuri Foreman.
Fury
That's
Foreman.
last world title event. He fought for a world title there at Yankee
And
Stadium. The
Foreman
first
broke
fighter.
his knee. Foreman broke his knee. That was the
Yep.
first year new Yankee Stadium opened.
Man,
Of
that's in
course,
the Bronx, bro. That's one of my. That's something that I want to bring. If I have a choice to fight for my first world title somewhere, it will be at Yankee Stadium.
well, I'll tell you right now, that's not going to happen. Not because of you, because I'm on the baseball beat a lot, and
Oh man,
Tom will tell you that. I know the Yankees do not have any future plan to stage another pro boxing event at that stadium. They
I'm gonna have
felt
to
that
meet somebody. We're gonna have to change that, man. Thank you.
well, maybe we'll bring it up. I'll
We're
tell
gonna
you
bring
what
it
we're
up.
going to do, Tom, during the summer, baseball season, new one. I'm going to bring him to the ballpark. You come along, introduce him to some of the officials, and see if we can get that going.
Yeah,
Because he's absolutely right. There's
let's do
such
it.
an
I feel
illustrious,
like that'd
great
be big,
history.
man.
Boxing at Yankee Stadium. Joe Louis fought there. Jake LaMotta. I mean, it's just
I'm
got
not
the
asking to
history.
fight there every fight. I'm just asking for one opportunity
One big
to be the
event, and
next
you
Puerto
can
Rico fighter.
highlight it or co-main,
That's it.
whatever it be. Yeah, we're gonna get that going, Tom. Let's keep
So
in
I can
touch on
become a
that with
world champion in
OFACIO.
the Bronx.
In the
He's
Bronx.
got
Yeah.
it.
In the
He's
Bronx.
got it.
No, he definitely
Uh,
does. Listen,
yeah.
there's a few fighters out here in the Bronx that are pretty solid, but Ofacio is very, very talented. And now he's starting to show his power a little bit in his last co-fights. But you want to talk about boxing? I mean, last week we saw somebody in his division, move up and just completely wash another great boxer. We're going to talk about it later. When Oshaki Foster and Cool Boy, Ofacio is it can do that and more.
Yeah.
So he can switch sides, he can box, he's great jab, great footwork. I mean, Ofacio is just
Well,
a
you know
fantastic boxer.
what, Tom? From what I see in OFACIO, I'm going to tell you up front here, me and you as well. You're different than a lot of other fighters. You're different. You have your own style and a very good style that can appeal to the fans, and that's what boxing needs. Fighters like you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just wish, hopefully, God willing, the new year, I get more of an opportunity to show more of what I have. I remember years ago when I was knocking people out. Of course, they weren't the best opponents at the time. I was early in my career, 4-5-0. And then when Top Rank started presenting me better opponents, I wanted to show them that I can box instead of just always just going forward and punching guys. And then the year recently, I didn't fight for this entire year. And then my last two fights, I decided just to go back to who I am, showing that I have this punching power, showing that I have the. Although I have great defense and great boxing ability, when that fighter takes when there's a better fighter in front of me, I'll make sure that I display that. But right now, I'm going in there and I'm not playing games no more.
Okay, so we're going to look forward to seeing you in the ring soon again in the new year.
That
You
works.
like to fight maybe 3-4 times a year or 3 times? What's your preference?
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to fight 3 or 4 times a year. Recently, I wasn't able to fight as many times as I wanted to, but this new year, I promise I will be in the ring 3 times. I guarantee you guys that at least 3 times, and I'm trying to
Well,
fight at least
that's how you
something
make it
big.
up the ranks. That's how you do it. OFACIO Falcon Jr. from the Bronx, 25-year-old, undefeated. He's got a great future ahead of him. 14-08 knockout, super featherweight, a tough division, but he's got it. Tom, I'm going to let him do the fact of the week with you. How's that? You ready, OFACIO?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. He
It's
knows
not
boxing, so
trivia. It's not trivia. It's always a fact of the week. I give you something. You got to try and come up with it. Here we go. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Another boxing family question. I gave this one to Tom last week. I'm going to do it again because he loved it so much. Two heavyweight boxing families of champions and winning records. I'll give you one of them. We're going back. The Quarries. Jerry, Mike, and Bobby combined 124 wins, 34 losses, 12 draws. Can you give me another boxing family of heavyweights that had combined 111 wins, 28 losses, and 4 draws? Heavyweight brothers.
Well,
Not the
Falcon right now.
it's not the Klitschko's because they didn't win that
No,
much.
no. So we had the
How you forgot
Quarries.
answer,
It's
man?
not.
He said you did this last week.
Say it again.
You forgot the answer. I thought you did this last week.
No, it's a
it's just
different.
different.
It's a different
different
question,
question.
but like
Okay,
the
okay,
same
okay.
theme. It
That was
was-
brothers.
yeah, we did brothers in the
No,
middleweight division.
no.
I think.
This is and Alfacio, I warn you, these are my weird fact of the week things every week on the program.
Got
So
it.
Everyone knows that.
Heavyweight brothers.
Yeah, heavyweight
Is it
brothers.
of our time right now.
They're not active, no,
Okay, okay.
Anyway,
but they're in the Hall of Fame, a few of them, and they were always in the mix.
so it's more than. Oh wow, it's more than 2. It's got to be more than.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna know 2 of them for sure, 3 of them. The other 2 you might not, but you'll know at least 3 of these brothers in this boxing family of brothers.
So you said Quarry, right? Because I know the Quarries.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
you
the
gave me
Quarries.
It has
Yeah,
to be
that's a hard
before the
question,
Quarries.
bro.
I don't think anybody after them.
No,
Well,
they were.
I'll go Spinks.
You got it. It was Spinks.
Yes.
Let's go.
That just came like that because I said before. No, let's go after.
It was Spinks. It was Michael Spinks, Leon Spinks, Corey Spinks, then you had Daryl Spinks and Tommy Spinks.
That's a big.
That's right. There was
bro.
there was a good handful.
A big fight family, of course.
I know Leon, Michael, and
Yeah.
Daryl, another one.
Of course, Leon and Michael were historic. I mean, they were in championship fights. I think even was it Leon or was it Michael? Leon was in there with
Ali.
Ali, right?
Leon fought
right.
Ali because he had like 8 pro fights or something like
Yeah.
that. He was
Yeah.
an Olympian, and then Michael beat Holmes.
Yeah. So that's your fact of the week. And Tommy, you got it. Afacio, good try at it, but that's some boxing history there as well.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go search those guys up.
Afacio Falcon Jr., this has been a pleasure. Where could fans reach you, reach out to you, know what you're doing?
Everybody can reach me at OFACIO FALCON Jr. on all platforms, and I post dailies on there, so on Instagram.
All right, Tommy D is going to give you my contact info, and I'm going to come see you at Bronxchester. I'm down at Kips Bay a lot, the boys club for baseball stuff. I'll come over and see you and know that you're there. All
Copy
right?
that. I appreciate you.
All right, Afacio, keep it in the ring, my friend. Continued success. Happy
wait.
holidays to you and the family, and keep it in the ring. We'll talk soon, all right?
God bless you guys. I appreciate
All
you.
right, bro. We'll talk.
Thank you.
Later,
All
guys.
right.
Tom, thanks for lining that up as well. That's why you're my colleague, friend, producer. You did a good job tonight. Such the first hour surprising me with Robbie Rebel and the Rebel Rant. But we're going to take a quick time out. We need the break. We got to get some sponsors in, and when we come back, we'll resume the boxing discussion because there's a lot of that. And move into more pro wrestling, the nostalgia, and everything else. Rich Mancuso live on my YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tommy D, TD Sports Talk. Leave your comments. We want to hear from you as we keep going along. We're going to at least go another hour tonight. I know we are. Live here on YouTube. It's Keep It in the Ring. I'm Rich. That's Tom. Back in a moment. Stay with us.
Petwell Clinic was built with busy pet parents like you in mind, providing walk-in preventative vet care, treatment for minor ailments, and chronic condition management. You remain with your pet throughout their visit, and all charges are clearly explained, so there are no surprises at checkout. Just walk in to our Paramus, Greenbrook, or Union locations, or visit us at petwellclinic.com for more information.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Last time now, for John Cena, it's discussed in the first hour. We've had a great first hour, Tom. A lot of with OFACIO FALCON Jr. and of course the return of Robbie Rebel, the Rebel Rant. We're going to do more pro wrestling in a moment, but let's continue the boxing discussion. A lot of that. Any more comments coming along as we continue the second
Everybody's
hour?
just starting to come in, saying hello, what's up, and salute.
And
Salute
happy
to
holidays to
I'm
everybody as
comments
we
up as
approach.
come through. And
Great.
BVO, your friend BVO is here. You know, he calls you Uncle Richie. He says you're carrying the show as usual, and you know he's like your number one fan, BVO.
Well, I thank
He's
you.
mad at me because he called me earlier, and I sent it to voicemail.
He makes my day and he makes my time. You know, he just makes me smile every time I get on the air with you, Tom. All right, continue the boxing discussion. After 2 times being postponed over the weekend, we saw this also on the Cruz of Roach card. Oshaki Forster gets his vindication over Stephen Fulton. He's going to, does he return a lightweight now? That's the question. Or return, the 130, 2-time champ at that weight now. The jabs, the right hand, easy win, the decision, no doubt about it. 118-110 and 119-109. Forster, the lightweight champion with the win. Tom, your thoughts on this kind of dope-fest type of fight?
I'm a big fan of Oshaki Forster, and I also like Cool Boy. I've met both guys. I spoke to both guys. Oshaki Forster is a real. I mean, both of them are real good gentlemen, and they're both really good fighters. Good boxers as well. Great talents. Cool Boy, very disappointing in him because he didn't make weight. Very unprofessional. So I was happy with the way Oshaki looked in this fight. He looked great. He was orthodox. He turned to southpaw. He made the fight very easy. I thought he won every single round.
Every round is a redemption or vindication, but after 2 postponements, he finally got it. And glad that's over with now. We'll see where Oshaki goes from here. On the card,
135.
Look at this. Did you see this? And just saw that Forster has his eyes on Shakur Stevenson. Did you see this?
Yeah, but he's had his eye on Shakur since Shakur's been at 130, and Shakur didn't want any part of him. So now Shakur moving up to 140. Oshaki's now at 135, and Oshaki would give Shakur a lot of problems. That's not an easy fight. That would be a great technical fight.
Well, it'd be at 135, obviously.
Yeah, it would have to be at 135 because Oshaki's just moving up now.
Right, but I found that to be interesting. Just a day after, after he won his title fight and got his redemption, that he came out with that. And on that card too, how about Jesus Ramos, junior middleweight contender, 12-round unanimous decision over Shane Mosley, the son of the Hall of Famer Shane Mosley. This is Mosley Jr. He claimed the WBC interim. Here we go again with that famous word in boxing, the interim 160-pound title. Could Lara be next for him?
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting fight, but let's talk about this fight. This fight might have been the best fight of the card. This was a very exciting fight.
Yeah,
Both
it was.
Were hurt in this fight. I thought Ramos got saved by the ropes in a couple times. Could have been scored knockdowns, but this was a very entertaining fight. Ramos pulled it away towards the end of the fight, but credit to Mosley Jr. He was gamed in this fight. I didn't think he would be that as competitive as he was, and hopefully this earns him another opportunity in the future with the performance he had. But this was a great fight. Credit to Ramos. He looks like he's getting better, but defensively he's got to work a little bit better on his defense.
I like the way Ramos jabs, though. I like it. I like the way he goes to the body at times. And, of course, as I always say with a fighter, great footwork. And how about Jai Opatai? Did I get it right this time? Opatai. This is one of those names in boxing I never get right. Opatai, who's a champion, the 8th-round knockout, retaining the IBF Cruiserweight title. 3rd fight for him this year. However, coming out of this was his opponent, Sankara, suffered injuries to the brain. Don't know the latest status on it because of the left from Opatai. Caused a brain contusion, a fractured vertebrae as well. So our best wishes to Sankara, who suffered major injuries in this fight. We hope he's doing well. And the Cruiserweight division is really picking up, especially with Opatai and And you're talking about maybe Benvenidez going there as well with Gilberto Ramirez. And then Shabazz, now the European Junior Featherweight champ. Over the weekend, unanimous decision over Peter McGrail. That in Monaco on the zone. Shabazz, a tough, though he lost his stamina, Tom, in the later rounds of that fight. I don't know if you caught it. But other than that, very talented. A junior featherweight champion. Maybe that's someone OFACIO FALCON could go after. Who knows?
That sounds interesting.
That would be.
I don't like Shabazz's chances, but
no. No. And how about this, Tom? Jake Paul next week, of course, against Anthony Joshua, and then Joshua wins this fight, as everyone expects, will be a joke. Joshua should annihilate Paul. If he doesn't, then he shouldn't fight no more. And the talk now is Joshua wins, and Tyson Fury coming out of retirement that we're finally going to get. It might be too late. We'll get Joshua and Fury at some point in the new year, like in the fall, September. That was the talk today, the buzz today. Paul says he will rip apart Anthony Joshua. Can we believe that?
Listen, I still don't know if they're actually going to have this fight. I don't know what to expect. I mean, we're supposed to expect Joshua to annihilate this guy, but you never know. I'm interested in seeing it. I know some people say they won't watch it. I'm gonna watch. I mean, unless, like I said,
it's on Netflix. Yeah, everyone's got Netflix. How can you not watch it? Yeah. But of course, the replacement for Gervonta Davis, who's been making some noise again. He's been talking on social media again about his next fight. So I don't know with who, and if he stays out of run-ins with the law, Gervonta could come back. But, Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, it's boxing. People are going to watch. And, again, more next week we could talk about it. But I don't expect Jake Paul to give much. Joshua should win this easily.
He should.
Easily.
Yes.
Right. But his promotion, MVP, they said about Amanda Serrano, their champion, who's fighting next month in San Juan in a homecoming. Serrano and Alicia Baumgardner relinquishing their WBC title belts, no longer undisputed champions. It's all maybe revolving, and probably is. Maybe they're rebelling against the WBC because of Terrence Crawford relinquishing one of those titles, WBC, to his undisputed claim at 168, and the sanctioning fees and all that. What did you think of that, Tom?
Richard, I didn't hear about this. I'm just looking at it now that you bring it up, but I don't know where I stand with it. I mean, I don't like what the WBC's been doing. Suleiman, I'm not a fan of Suleiman, especially after I got the chance to speak to him this summer. I didn't like the way he responded. It's like he didn't care for what I had to tell him. And, I don't know if you know this, but me and Pedro Fernandez, we were on WBC TV, and he kicked us off because he didn't like our opinions. He didn't
Shame
like our
on
opinions.
him.
Yeah, he didn't like our opinion with Osaka.
He doesn't like people. He does not like resistance.
He does. He don't like to get criticized.
Not like the old man, his late father, Jose.
Yeah.
Who would listen to everyone, including me.
Yeah.
I mean, I would write things back then, and he would read, and he would send me an email most of the time, disputing some of the things I said. But he would always talk to me whether I disagreed or not with their policies.
If you listen to old fighters that were champions in the WBC, I hardly hear anybody say anything bad about Jose and how he treated them after they retired and stuff.
No, he was good for the sport. He was good. The son is completely different.
Yes.
Complete turn. It's nothing like that. So that developed, and so did this. Earl Spence Jr. was in San Antonio at the Pitbull Cruz Lamont Roach fight. He hasn't fought since he lost his undisputed claim, those 147-pound titles to Terrence Crawford. And he said, when asked about when he's going to get in the ring again, there's always been talk when. He says he's taking care of his family. He's traveling the world, and he says he'll be back when he's ready. But We've been hearing that.
Yeah.
3 years since a fight with Crawford?
I believe it's 2, if I'm not mistaken. 2.5, maybe.
2.5. Regardless, that's a long time being out of the ring. He says he's healthy and ready to go. He can go. But he said, this is the thing he said, Tom. He'll be back when he's ready. Is he mentally ready to get back in the ring? That's the question.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's mentally ready, because if he was mentally ready, then he'll take a step forward to take in a fight. So obviously, and that's a good thing, right? If you're not mentally ready, you shouldn't be fighting. I just don't know if he's physically ready. In my opinion, what I think part of it is, I don't believe anybody would sanction a fight with him. I think he has some really bad injuries because of the car crash, and it's a miracle that he was able to fight a couple fights after the car crash. I mean, the guy, listen, brain bleeds are not cool, all right. And to be a pro fighter after a brain bleed is it's tough, man. I don't recommend it, So and I think he suffered brain bleeds in that car crash, and I think he's made good money. I think
it was miraculous that he survived. Yeah. Every time you if you go back and look at that video, it's miraculous that he's able to survive that. But he says he'll be back when he's ready.
When he's ready, see. Enjoy life. He's traveling the world. That's a beautiful thing. And I salute him, man. Errol Spencer.
I guess he has the money, whatever he's doing, or he put his money in the right place, because he made an awful lot of money. Yeah. Even with that Crawford fight, which was at that time one of the top 3 pay-per-view records at the time when they fought. All right, and we're talking about Gerard Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr. It's a fight to look for in the new year. Well, the champion at 154 has a lot of things going for him. It's a tough division, as we know, and they're talking about a unification of the 154-pound titles. Reportedly, it's Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr., and that's Matchroom and Oscar De La Hoya, and they're talking. They're starting to talk to get this fight booked, which would be an interesting fight. The two of them have been looking at each other. They're getting in the ring together, and I think it's going to happen in the new year. I don't know when, early, mid, or whatever, but they are talking, and let's see where this goes, Tom.
I hope this fight gets made. It's a very intriguing fight. I like both fighters. I think both fighters just came off great performances. Boots just moving up to 154. I think he's a great talent in the sport. I just want to see him in the ring with, somebody as good as a Virgil Ortiz to really test him. And I think Boots would beat a Virgil Ortiz, but I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I think Virgil Ortiz is a very good fighter as well. He's got good power. He takes a decent shot, but this is a fight we want to see. I think the fans want to see this most of all. It's not a title shot, but, titles have become a thing of the past right now,
Yeah.
These guys are trying to make big fights, get paid, and put on great performances. I think
in that division of 154, we know who's there, including Xander Zayas, who defends his title, 154, at the end of January 31st, the same night as Teofimo and Shakur. And that'll be in Puerto Rico as well. So, a lot going to be going on in January.
And the other champion is fighting that day, too.
I know. There we go again. All these fights at one time. But look forward to when they're going to announce Ennis against Virgil Ortiz Jr. But this weekend, we have a major card of boxing on the Zone. Stockton, California, 8 p.m. Eastern Time start. And it's Diego Pacheco, the young rising star at 168 in a division that's tough. 24-0, 18 knockouts, 2 undefeated going in there against Saggio. Combined 50 wins with both fighters, which is interesting. Pacheco, of course, 24 years old. Third ranked by the WBO. The body shots, he likes to step in a lot. His opponent is 26-0 as well, 23 knockouts, ranked 8th by the WBO, 10th by the WBC, 11th by the IBF. Tom, this is a fight that Pacheco needs, he knows it, to win, to get a shot at a title at 168, whether it be Terrence Crawford or someone else, when Crawford has most of the belts.
Yeah, this is a good fight. This guy is tough. I mean, I think he's French. Kevin Saggio, right?
Saggio,
he's undefeated fighter. So you know what? He's going to defend that 0. He's going to come in there. He's already been kind of talking. He's looking to win. I think he's actually from, I think, Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he's French, if not something like that. I think he was born there, lives in France, or vice versa. But he's a strong guy. He's got power, but the size, and I think Pacheco might be a little bit too big for him. And people say this is going to be a close competitive fight. I think Pacheco stops him late. I can see Pacheco stopping him late, 8th, 9th round, in a good competitive fight. This guy's going to be game, especially early. But I want to see what happens if Pacheco takes him to deep waters. So I like
he's been active. Again, this is his 3rd fight this year. He said he likes to fight 4 times a year.
Yeah.
But he's up there at the rankings with everybody, all the alphabet soup groups. And again, a fight that he wins, and he's confident he will, and I think he will, whether it be knockout, stoppage, or decision.
Yeah.
Unless the 3 blind mice say it otherwise, you never know what they're going to do.
But this is his first fight in the States.
Yeah.
So
and Pacheco will get a title shot. We just don't know who.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But interesting undercard on the zone on this card, including this one. All fighters weighed in today, all coming in at weight. The lightweights. Gabriel Flores, WBO title eliminator against Joe Cordina. And this one is, I think, going to be a dandy. These two don't like each other, but they will at the end. But 2 lightweights with something important to go after, a title eliminator out of the WBO. And Flores has that, what you call, repertoire of everything. He's got the speed. Have you seen him much? I have.
I've seen a little bit of him. I've seen a little bit more of Cordina. I think Cordina is the better fighter, the better boxer. The thing with Cordina is that he's very inconsistent, right? He's up and he's down. He's got a couple gift decisions as well. But I don't know if this is his first time in the States. I'm not sure, first or second time. So that may mean something too. But I like Cordina in this fight. This is going to be an interesting fight.
It is. It's the chief support on the card of the main one with Pacheco. And that's a good card with Matchroom on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Zone. So I'm looking forward to that fight and the Pacheco fight. And also Saturday night, we could look at this. Badu Jack.
Badu Jack.
I think that's I've met a million times because of his old trainer, Louis DeVal, that I mentioned earlier.
Yes, Louis did.
And I should know how to pronounce his name, but I don't pronounce anyone's name. Even my own name I don't get right sometimes.
Let me tell you something. You know who Badu Jack is really close to and good friends with? Georgie Tehran of the Bronx. He lives out there in Vegas. They're very good.
I didn't know that. I have to talk to Georgie about that because Georgie and I have been friends for years, and I'm going to get him on the program and give his views on the sport. But Jack defends against Mike Liano, I believe. It's on Amazon. It's on pay-per-view, 9 p.m. pay-per-view.com and Amazon Prime again. WBC cruiserweight titles. So we have cruiserweights in the spotlight again this weekend. They met previously this year, and Jack won a controversial majority decision, so we're at that rematch phase with the two of them Saturday night. I like Bodu.
I like Jack.
Big guy and his age too. He's not a youngster either. He's like 42.
He's like 42.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think he's 42 years old.
He might be older than Lara.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
because I don't know if Lara's telling it's something. It's accurate with his own age. So we don't know with these Cubans. All right, so but I think he's 42 years old. If I'm not, that's my final answer. But Badu Jack is a good fighter. I believe. Who was it that he fought that he got? I thought he won and they took it away. Did he fight Superman? What's the guy at super middleweight or light heavy? Adonis Stevenson. Right. Did he fight Adonis Stevenson?
He did fight.
And it was to a draw. Yeah. It was to a draw, and I thought he won.
Yes, he did. Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to go off the top of the head.
Good memory. It's past 10:20 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night, and my memory is shot.
I still know a little something, Rich, and I still got it.
No, you do. You do.
Yeah, I still got it,
You
but I think it was
definitely.
Adonis Stevenson.
I might be able to beat you on the facts of the week, but you've
Yeah.
got a good memory. You
Oh,
know.
and because I just looked it up, I cheated now. But yeah, it was Adonis Stevenson and James DeGale. That was another fight that I thought he won, and they scored it a draw as well. So Badu Jack, yeah, and they
Now,
listed him at 42 years old. So I was right.
Let's wrap up this.
For Sweden that lives in Vegas. Now. So
Let's wrap up. Good points, Tom, as
Okay.
always. So we got a big fight weekend. So it's wrapping up the year in boxing, which we'll do more next week. We'll review it all. Finally, when we talked about Ben Benitez and Zula Ramirez, reportedly for the cruiserweight title, and Ramirez and Ben Benitez going after that, they're saying May 2nd is the date. Where, I don't know, but be part of Riyadh season, I guess, and so forth, because that's the Turk guy involved in one of his announcements.
do you think? Do you think that's David Benavidez taking Canelo's spot on that May 2nd card? Isn't that the Mexican Independence?
Yeah, that's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
You think
yeah.
that's a David Benavidez move against another Mexican?
That probably would do it, because he's being looked at as the successor to Canelo Alvarez. As the guy, Canelo's all Mexican, Ben Benitez is all Mexican American, but that would be for Ramirez, right?
Mexican American, but Ecuadorian as well. Mexican Ecuadorian, yeah.
But he looks more, envisions more of a himself as a Mexican American, and I could tell you that. And I know friends of his as well that say the same thing. Now Ramirez has, of course, the WBA and WBO cruiserweight titles, so that division is interesting, isn't it? Especially Ben Benitez goes for titles like that.
It's interesting. It's an interesting fight that I think Benavidez should win, but it's only interesting if one of these guys go ahead and fight Jai Opataya. Then I'll say the same thing, because that'll be the fight we want to see. But I don't think either of the guys is going to fight him, and I think Opataya is probably going to move up to heavyweight pretty soon.
Well, if they do, I won't be the ring announcer because I can't get his name right. I'm serious.
That would, we got to do that just for spoof. We need to throw you in as a ring announcer for one fight.
I've done it before, but I didn't botch it up because I rehearsed it.
Okay.
Tom, one other boxing note before we close the boxing segment up, and then we'll get to some comments. WBC has declared now that Subriel Mateus, his fight for sure going on at Barclays Center January 10th against Dalton Smith. They said he's not guilty, testing positive for PBDs in his system. So Dalton Smith and Mateus is on January 10th, Barclays Center. And I think that's on, I forgot what pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view channel.
It's a pay-per-view. I'm not sure where it's going to be on, but it's in the Barclays.
And we still haven't found out how to apply for credentials to cover that.
I haven't contacted Keith. Keith Cologne will be on that card. He's got an opponent.
All right, so that's your job. You got to do that, right?
I know, I'll get on it. I've been very busy this week, but I'll definitely get on that and I'll find out. And we'll definitely get a credential for it, because I'm sure Keith will hook us up somehow.
All right, and I'm going to give a UFC note now. But first, before we do that, some other comments come up as we've been babbling along here.
People saying hello to you, Rich, because you're the star of the show.
No, I'm not. Come on.
They're saying hello to you, and people agreeing with it. And one particular comment to my man Yoda Crush, he says big fights matter, and that's indeed. And he's a Philadelphia guy. He's a big boot tennis fan. And
what did he? I want him to comment. What did he think about Stephen Fulton? He's from Philadelphia.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he was pretty disappointed.
If he's still watching,
he's
maybe
a big Fulton. He's a big Fulton. I mean, he supports the fighters in Philly. He's a homer like we are. We support our guys here in New York as well. And I'm not sure what he thinks. I'm sure he's probably a little bit disappointed, because I know, if I remember, I think he picked Fulton to beat Oshaki. But I think he's more disappointed in Fulton and just coming in overweight and kind of out of shape, if anything. Because Fulton is a great fighter as well. I mean, what we saw Saturday is not, what Stephen Fulton's all about.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Al Shakti Foster did what he had to do. All right. Let's keep your comments coming in. Did he just comment again?
No, that was somebody else saying hello and saying
All
that they
right.
were
Well,
listening.
hello to you all, and thanks for commenting. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Rich Mancuso would keep it in the ring here, and Tommy D Sports Talk would appreciate that. Tom, I'm going to do a UFC note, one or two real quick. Then we're going to take one more, a little more extensive timeout before we do the pro wrestling, because I got to get up and stretch again. My back has been out.
Okay.
You can't tell sitting on a chair, but when I get up, oh boy. All right. In UFC, Paramount Plus, they're ready to go. January 24th, T-Mobile in Vegas. That's going to be their debut. Who's going to be on it, I'm not sure. But it's all set. So UFC's got a platform and a major one. And this happened. And this was disturbing. Joshua Van, UFC champ, breaking Alexandre Pajoya's arm. And you could see that, and the images are very disturbing. Broke his arm right there in the octagon right away. That was a highlight fight at UFC over the past weekend. So, that's brutal. The octagon and all that stuff. I got to do some more UFC stuff, but then remember that we are keeping in the ring, not keeping in the octagon. But I'd like to mix it in a little more, and I intend to in the new year on the program. So,
let me
get Tom.
A comment. He did comment. Mm-hmm. He said, in regards to Stephen Fulton, he said he looked bad. Facts. Bad night at the office.
It was terribly bad night. Disappointing as well what he did with the weight and his performance overall. But Philadelphia, I got to tell him again. I'll tell a friend there, and I'll tell everyone. That is a homebred of great fighters. It's been for years, and it continues to be. And now they have Gerard Boots Ennis, who's the superstar in the sport, one of the top superstars, who's on his way to even more, and more in the new year as well. Tom,
can I tell you?
Yeah.
This is came to mind. They came out this year with the new Top Strong boxing cards, and I bought a couple boxes, and one of the cards I got, because they guarantee 2 autographs in each box. I got a Boots Ennis autograph card. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I don't have one.
Next time I'm going to bring it, I'll put it on the screen. I got a Boots Ennis one.
I got a lot of New York Mets cards, of which 2 I got to discard. Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso.
Yeah, Pete Alonso.
That's another story.
Hey,
and there goes my boxing talk with Edwin Diaz in the Mets clubhouse, because he's a very good close friend of Xander Zayas and loves boxing. We talk boxing more than baseball when I'm with him. Now he's in Los Angeles. That's another story for Sports with Rich and Tom that we have to pick up on, and we will.
I think when the baseball season will start doing. One more note: I also got a Thomas Hearns autograph card too. Just want to throw that in.
Why are you rubbing in your memorabilia to me?
I just got it. I put it away.
What do you want to do? You want a memorabilia show, or you want to go card for card? Because I'll do you on that.
I got some good stuff, Rich.
I got some rare stuff too.
You know what? Episode 1 of the sports show, we should share memorabilia, because I got some.
I think we will, because it seems like
a good first episode.
And maybe somebody will buy my stuff, because it's all up. If anybody wants it, where am I going to take it, to my grave? Keep it in the ring. I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D. Like, comment, and subscribe. Going to take one final timeout. It's going to be a little longer. I got to get up and stretch, and we're going to regroup. More pro wrestling, the nostalgia, and some other things here and there. Back in a moment, Tom. That's Tommy D. I'm Rich Mancuso.
2 minutes.
Stay with us. Back in a moment.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
We're back.
And I feel much better. No. Did I miss the pizza commercial?
That was I opened up with the pizza commercial.
I'm glad I didn't see it because I'm awfully hungry.
Hey, look, I went and got it since the commercial break. I don't know if you could see it. Damn, I don't know. That's I don't know how clear
You
that
should
is.
have told me. I would have bought out some vintage cards of my own.
That's the Thomas Hearns, signed by Thomas Hearns, and Michaela Mayer was another one I got. Jahai Tucker. But here's the one I like, the boots, and this one's a nice one. I gotta show this one. But if I could get it to screen, I gotta get one of those lights.
Yeah.
I think you have a what do you call those lights? It's not.
I don't
coming up.
know.
You can't see it.
I don't know. My buddy,
It's not meant to
buddy,
be.
production guy, former pro wrestler. He's setting me up.
Yeah, I got to get like a ring or something to get, but that's another day. But
All
moving
right,
on.
well,
Sorry.
screenshot it to me, and I'll screenshot you some of mine.
Okay. I'm sure. My wife wants to get rid of a lot of the stuff I got. So
I want to get rid of a lot of my stuff.
Well, I'm not allowed to have it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Likes, comments, subscribe to the channel. Any more comments that came in while we were on break?
Well, people coming in saying hello. Tate, salute to you. Crush is in the building. Crush is asking for the link. I dropped your link. Rich Mancuso and my man D Free. We got to get D Free on next Friday. I think next Friday.
Yeah, do. I don't know if next Friday might not work. I got to let you know with my schedule, but it should.
So I think, if not, D Free will be the co-host because D Free's my co-host and he's a great co-host.
No one's going to co-host.
Your buddy Socrates is the most business man in the world.
If I'm not the co-host, you put them on as guests because you're the only one that will sit in for Rich Mancuso, and you know that.
Yeah, I know.
But that's up for discussion, though. All right? Because you do a great job. All right. Anyway, that's another issue. Let's get back to pro wrestling. Of course, we opened up the first hour. We talked extensively with Robbie Rebel and the Rebel Rant. Thanks for bringing him back. And we went over John Cena. And again, that's going to be an interesting Saturday Night main event. I didn't monitor SmackDown as we're on live, and they were on live with us. But some interesting developments still with the WWE and the Masked Man. Yes, it was Austin Theory at first at Survivor Series War Games. Then it's talk that was Montez Ford, who apparently wasn't. Now they're saying it's Chris Jericho, who may be saving his return to WWE for the Survivor Series.
Jericho can't do
what
that.
they're doing with this Masked Man, Tom, is they're using different people to keep you going. All right? And in the end, it could be Chris Jericho. Who do you think it is?
I think it's Austin. It ain't going to be Chris Jericho unless, he's got some great stuntmen because Chris Jericho can't move like he used to. He can't move like that. So that's Yoda Crush. He said he just subbed to your channel.
What does he mean by that? Did I insult him?
No, he just subbed to your channel. He's telling you he subbed.
Oh, is that what sub means?
Subscribe, yeah.
And that's the initial for sub? I thought it was a substitute teacher.
You gotta excuse Rich. He's very, very old school.
Oh my God, subbed. Subbed. I thought it meant substitute teacher.
And then BVO says that Tommy loves masked men. You see how BVO treats me? He treats me bad.
I don't know why.
It's Chris Jericho.
I think it's just Jericho, and maybe they'll keep this going till Royal Rumble, January 31st as well, from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, BVO is
I thought it was a sub sandwich. Yeah, I'm hungry too. Thanks a lot for getting me more hungrier.
But I think it's Austin Theory. If it is Jericho, like I said, he's got great stomach. It'd be interesting if it is Montez Ford because I think he's a great talent and that would be good. That'd be a great swerve.
Jericho's supposed to come back, and that could be that. I don't think that was him under the hood, but eventually when they unmask and unhood, that's him. Or it could be someone that's aligning with Paul Lee, the Oracle. I don't know. Anything's possible at this point with the Masked Man, but they're going to keep playing it out to the Royal Rumble and see where this goes. Now, back as a tag team. Well, what image you have up next? I'll just follow what you got.
Well, we got NXT,
Yeah, that's part of Saturday main event. There he is. He that's what they're doing. They're really pushing NXT tomorrow night on Peacock. A lot of the stars. This guy is the NXT champ, Oba Femi. Huge looking character. Him and Cody Rhodes. You know, Coles retains the title. That one. And what else we got after that?
Well, Royal Rumble.
Yeah. The Royal Rumble poster is out January 31st. And Roman Reigns is in that. Brock Lesnar is in that. Breaker. And, you know, Braun Breaker's going to win the Rumble. And then probably face the world champion, was going to be CM Punk still at that time, because they're Punk and Breaker, the first Monday Night Raw of the new year on Netflix, so they might play that out leading up to the Royal Rumble, which could end up at WrestleMania. But the Royal Rumble entrants that's some of the talent and it's going to be stacked with more as you go along, as we get into WrestleMania season. What else I'm going to bring up? The Usos are together again, Jimmy and Jay. That probably going to be temporary because they were teasing a feud with the two, and it probably will lead to them turning on each other as brothers. Talk about AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, and who's the other one? Retirement tours like Cena almost. Okay. And Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar says he's going to go into 2026. It's going to be his last year as a competitor, maybe after WrestleMania. So those three are going to have some type of retirement showcases, as they say in the business. And but again, the center of attention too is on LA Knight, who's on the back burner backside right now. Not because he doesn't have a contract, not because there's been any dissension. He's doing some filming, some movie stuff.
Okay.
And that's how he's out of the picture and got demolished by Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw this past Monday. I don't know what happened on SmackDown tonight, except I did catch before we came on the air the continuing and ongoing feud that's going to develop into a big thing with the Wyatt Six and Soa Sikoa's Money Tree family. So that continues to develop. But as far as Saturday Night Main Event again, Cena loses. That's what you and I think for sure. I think so. And 2-hour extravaganza to say the final farewell to John Cena. I'm looking forward to it, Tom, because there's going to be a lot of interesting, significant people that have played a role in Cena's career on the air on Peacock tomorrow night. So we'll look at that. Now, AEW, I know that's your favorite group.
I can't stand AEW.
I know it's your favorite. It's your favorite group, though. I know that.
I'd rather watch TNA than AEW.
Yeah, well, there's Samoa Joe, and still, he's the champion. They're in their Continental Classic tournament to determine the champion for that title. They have so many titles you can't keep track of what they're doing. They're getting ready for World's End, their final pay-per-view of the year, and I like the fact that they're giving a lot of play once again to Eddie Kingston off the injured list. Mm-hmm. And my favorite wrestler there right now is Kyle Fletcher. And MJF will return probably at World's End. He's been away doing some Hollywood commercials and whatever other stuff as well, and resting his body. He'll be back. Swerve Strickland is my other favorite there. Him and it's not Adam Page. Who is it? Swerve Strickland is. And they're feuding. John Moxley's end is coming there as well. Yeah, you see that the Death Riders, as they call them, are breaking up a little bit. So that's coming to. But Strickland and Hangman Page should form together to go after the Death Riders. But Tony Khan says they're doing well. Look at the ratings. As I say every time, they're not. No, they really are. They really are. All right, let's open the nostalgia bag, right, Tom?
Yes, nostalgia. We got
first one. I got one though before you show the clip.
I wasn't able to get the clip, so we have.
No, but December 12th. I forgot what year. But James Bo Crusher Smith wins the WB Heavyweight title first round TKO over Tim Witherspoon at Madison Square Garden. The caveat here is Smith had lost the decision to Witherspoon 18 months earlier. And he floored Witherspoon 3 times in the first round. But this is the one we're focusing on. December 17th, 1952. Now you can put that up. Again, Archie Moore wins the light heavyweight title. 15-round unanimous decision over Joey Maxim at the arena in St. Louis. 36-year-old Moore retained the title for a decade. 2 defenses and rematches with Maxim, and I've got some other notes on it as you look at some. We're able to get the footage, right, Tom? But we got some images of it. About Joey Maxim, who was an active fighter from 1941 to 58. A total of 115 fights against some of the hardest hitters of his day. Knocked out only once, that by Curtis Shepard, who came back to beat 3 weeks later and then have 85 more fights without being stopped. Maxim swore off his back foot, explains him having only 21 knockouts to his credit. And he was a good counter puncher with that memorable 1952 fight against Sugar Ray Robinson as well. Defense of his light heavyweight crown, with the temperature reaching 104 degrees at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx under those lights. We talked about how historic Yankee Stadium was with boxing for years. Maxim took everything Robinson can throw, stood up against the assault for 13 rounds. In that heat, Robinson collapsed later when a reporter told Maxim he had won only because of the temperature. Maxim's reply, "I was in that heat too." And he was surviving as he always did to win. Those notes courtesy of the late, great mentor of mine, boxing historian Burt Randolph Sugar, who wrote a book, the ultimate book of boxing list. And so there you go. Tom, history.
I'll add a little bit to it. I think from what I've looked up and what I've researched, Archie Moore, he was 36 years old in the first fight. These guys ended up fighting 3 times. Archie Moore won all 3. This was, I think this might have been the closest of the 3, even though he won a big decision. One of the judges, which was the referee back then, so it's 2 judges and a referee. The referee had the fight much closer, and it was in his 17th year. Moore won the title. 17 years as a professional, he won the title, and it was out there, I believe, in St. Louis, Missouri, 1952. 15 rounds.
That's great. Great history. Great boxing history right there. Yankee Stadium, again, the home of so many illustrious championship fights back in time.
Yeah.
And again, the last one at the new Yankee Stadium that we talked earlier in the program with OFACIO FALCON Jr., of course, was Miguel Cotto and Yuri Foreman. And that was the last time in 2009 when they opened the new Yankee Stadium. And we haven't had a fight card there since. We probably never will again. The Yankees don't want it.
Yankees don't want anything there. I think the Pope visited that year too.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, I think the Pope visited.
I don't know. It's their sacred ball field in the Bronx that they don't want the grass tortured and.
Yeah.
They didn't. My explanation about it, not like years past, like we just saw with Archie Moore and Maxim, is that the fan element, they didn't like it. So whatever happened back in 2009, they don't want to. 15 years ago, whatever it was, they don't want to see that again. So
that's unfortunate because
I brought, Tom, I brought it up to Yankee officials. Boxing needs why they just don't want to do it.
It's a lot of history there. Like they used to do it in Comiskey Park in Chicago. Chicago used to have a lot of title fights in the ballparks too. I think Comiskey Field was one of them. I don't know if they did in Wrigley, but I know Chicago hosted fights, and they should. I mean, they got the soccer games now there. They do college football games now in Yankee Stadium. I don't know.
Talk about the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, Yankee Stadium would be a Mecca of boxing as well.
Yeah.
Well, you can go on and give a history of all the great fights that happened there in this illustrious sport we know as boxing. All right, Tom, we're going to come to an end to this almost 2-hour program, and it's been great, but let's take a look at some of these things that are put up that Keep It in the Ring.
Oh, the newsletter.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I go back, this is September 1992. All right? The Ancient Richmond... Yeah, this was the first one. You know, when I was on WFAN, and I'm on there every so often with Ricky Ricardo on the weekend late nights talking boxing and some wrestling, but I was a regular. Everyone knows. Go to YouTube. Some of the shows around are logged and they're there. They're chronicled all there. Keep It in the Ring became a part of WFAN with me and Jody McDonald at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
So I expanded it to this without the internet. You know, we had back then 900 numbers, hotlines to get wrestling rumors. Fans love that. They still do today. The gossip, the rumors. I went to this notch because everybody started putting out newsletters. A lot of people in the industries, including Dave Meltzer, who's the most successful one, became a multi-millionaire off his newsletter, The Wrestling Observer. Keep It in the Ring expanded to print. No internet, no laptop computers to put this together, no touch of the button to get it printed. I want you to look. See the front? Someone designed the logo. That's the front. Now, if we can get an angle of it, you'll see what I did. I don't know if you can see this in the camera. Can you put that down a bit? Can you get... You can see this. I don't know if it's coming up. Do you see that?
No, it's not. I don't see it on the
Well,
screen.
no. There's a. In other words, here's the back of it. With the old I had the, and I have a lot of these if people want them just for a souvenir. This was all done. You know how I did this? By myself with some help with a young man named Derek Gordon who went in the industry and left. I did this, what you call cold press days, on the old typewriter.
Wow.
I typed away and typed away, all right? Take the paper out, cut it down, and then what we did before internet, laptops, well, don't get me wrong, this new technology, there's an advantage to it, all right? This wasn't easy to do. You went to your kitchen table or workplace, the way old newspapers did it back then. You took the copy, you laid it out on a table, and then you put it on what you call storyboards, and you gave that to a printer, and a printer would then take it, what you call to cold press, and then print it out. And this was like 10 pages long, so it wasn't cheap to do.
Yeah.
Cheaper than it would be today. But that's how it was all done. And if you look at the script on, you can see it was done on a typewriter.
Yeah.
But this is how it was done. And this went in the mail after that. And I had quite a few subscribers to this newsletter. Didn't make much money off of doing it. That wasn't my purpose completely, was to inform the fans beyond WFAM what I was doing. Cold press media. That's how it was done.
That's how it was done. It's tough. And then, doing late night, so 3 a.m. in the morning, you came after the schmooze, right?
Yeah.
The schmooze was midnight.
I actually started with the schmooze. He put me on.
Okay.
And we were having it, but he wasn't doing it.
Him.
Well, he was making fun and mockery of wrestling.
Everybody, wrestling.
And he wanted to talk to Jim Cornette, and I lined it up. And ever since then, Jim Cornette never talked to me again.
Oh wow, that's
because
he was a jerk because he used to.
Steve Summers did that.
Yeah, Steve Summers, the schmooze. I mean, I called him a couple of times, but I'm a Devils fan, right? And at that time, it was when the Rangers won. And all he played was the Matteau goal. Okay. Remember Matteau, Game 7?
Yeah.
Matteau. He'll call up and be like, hey, something's wrong with my foot. I think it's my toe. And then he'll play the Matteau thing. I think it was it Howie Rose? I don't know who was doing the play-by-play with the Rangers, but
that was Howie Rose.
It was Howie Rose, right? I hated oh my God.
And for years, everyone thought I was Steve Summers because we had a similar monotone in the voice.
Okay.
And I would tell them because they didn't know what he looked like. I said, I'm Steve Summers. I'm here, you're there.
Me here, you there.
And I would do that. People say, oh, Steve, what a pleasure to meet you.
And he used to mock wrestling. He used to make fun of wrestling.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
And then from there, Jody McDonald and I, and this we eventually done in a book, the Chronicle, the whole thing, how it started. I met Jody at a local pub in the Westchester area, New York, and he knew who I was, and then he was a big wrestling guy, and it all started. But, to go back to this, Keep It in the Ring, the subscription was $27 for a year. I did it twice a month.
Okay.
A single issue was only $2. Check or money order, the only way you could do it. And I did it. And this went on for about 5 years.
And that was
Yeah.
1992. So when you look at this
Yeah.
cover, I'm thinking SummerSlam. That had to be Von
Yeah.
Erich and Perfect. I think.
Yeah. I could tell you. I give you an idea. I give you an idea, and then we're going to move on. We got to wrap up.
Okay. Yeah.
It's about. I'm talking here about Hawk and the Road Warriors Legion of Doom. I had some writers as well. I have my fan club photos of meeting some of the fans that keep it in the ring. So a local promoter, who I'm not going to mention because I don't talk to him no more, talking about the recaps that happened at Madison Square Garden, and something about Kerry Von Erich, who passed away tragically with that family. These are the things I did, but I would also give the rumors and the gossip that fans wanted to know. And I would also answer fan mail. It was also like a print version of the radio show.
Rich, I gotta ask you. I've asked you this maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times before. I'm gonna take a shot and ask you maybe for a 4th time because you've been doing this for such a long time. Every Friday in the Daily News was an article on wrestling called The Slammer, and it was a guy in a mask. There was a rumor that you were the Slammer.
No. I don't know why people still think that.
Oh, man.
No.
I'm trying to get you to confess.
It wasn't me. If I'm going to do anything, I think it was a late Blackjack Brown who used to do the recaps.
Blackjack Brown that used the hotline.
Yeah. I think it was him. That's what everybody said. I don't even know. Or it was just a desk clerk that liked wrestling. But look where it's revolved since then. ESPN, national, all internet. Well, look what's happened. Wrestling's become mainstream now.
Wow.
I came in at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Keep It in the Ring has still been there, but I came in to do what I had to do at the wrong time. But all of that, because there would have been no, what was his, what did they call him again?
The Slammer.
The Slammer. No,
it
wasn't
every
me.
Friday, they give the results.
I will resolve 2 questions right now. 1, I wasn't the Slammer. 2, I'm not Steve Summers.
No, I know you're not Steve. Steve Summers, I know Steve Summers. I spoke to Steve Summers because I used to call WFAN. So I spoke to almost everybody that worked there. Mike and the Mad Dog, I called.
Did you ever call me on WFAN with the wrestling segment?
3 o'clock in the morning.
Because it was rapid fire.
But I remember Jody McDonald, though. I do remember Jody McDonald.
Yeah, and I thank Jody for all of that. We had a great run for 3-4 years doing that at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Wow.
Go on YouTube. You'll hear some of the show. Some fan logged them all, and they're chronicled. They're all on YouTube.
I'm going to look that up. That's pretty cool. Because
you'll hear a lot of it. It was unbelievable.
Let me tell you something. WFAN was the station to listen to for radio. I mean, a lot of people didn't. I didn't have cable, so I listened to a lot of games on WFAN and radio in general. I even used to listen to Don Imus in the morning. So, but
man, you had to listen to Rich Mancuso at 3 a.m. on the weekend overnight.
Oh wow.
It was, it was RM and JM, or JM and RM. That's what Jody used to call it. Jody is doing well down in the South Jersey area and doing some work with WIP Sports Radio and some others, and he's on his way towards retirement, too.
I got one, just came to mind. So when Steve Summers, he ended up doing the mornings with Salzburg. It was the sweater,
and the schmoozer.
Do you know that one time, and I hope Soccer's listening, Socrates called up the radio, and they thought he was joking because they was like, Socrates calling from the Bronx. What were we gonna tell me next? That his wife is Cleopatra? And I remember that specifically. And I think Sock asked the question and said something, and I think Salzburg, because Salzburg, he was a little bit of a jerk. I think they had to flush the toilet thing. Or whatever. I think they did.
Yeah, I remember that.
They flushed the toilet on site.
I remember. Well, there's been so many changes at that station now, but people can hear me once in a while. I'm on late night with Ricky Ricard, like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And we might even do one this weekend. Tomorrow, with Saturday Night Main Event with Cena's Farewell. Ricky's on the air. He hits me up, and I'm on for 10 minutes with him analyzing stuff. So, going back some more. Look, and we're gonna wrap this up quick.
Yeah.
Go to this Google. You got this Google
Yeah.
thing?
Okay.
Look at this. People alerting me to this. And what the hell's wrong with Google? I'm not 80 years old.
So if they Google Rich Mancuso, this is what they'll find.
Yeah, and they're going to see that I'm 80 years old.
Is that's your birthday? May 10th?
Yeah, yes.
19th?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not 80 years old. I'm far from that. But I thought I'd put that up because I got a kick out of that. And some of my colleagues and others have Googled. A colleague Googled this to me. It was great. And remember 7 years ago, we said goodbye to HBO Championship Boxing. And that still, everybody grew up that got into boxing. And most boxing people today will tell you HBO got them started. That's the cover of a book I have that's up for grabs if anyone wants, with color photos of the history of HBO Championship. Tom, I'll trade a card for this for you.
That might. We might do that. I might.
This is a great 25 years of boxing with HBO. They was 7 years ago. It ended, and this is a great book. Color photos of their great fights up to that point, illustrations and the real photos and the stories. And this is great. I wish you could see this on camera. So Tom, the HBO logo, you want it? Give me a card. You got it.
Let's see what I got. I don't know because this Boots Ennis card and Tommy Hearns photo.
It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. But we do what they do in baseball. What they've been doing, trade for trade.
And
okay?
if BBO's watching, because BBO's in Cleveland, I got a nice Tiger Johnson. I don't know if you can see that Tiger Johnson autograph card. So,
enough of your cards, all right? You had your time, but yeah, HBO boxing. Real quick, could you one memorable HBO fight that you could remember? Because we got to get out of here.
Oh man, so many. I don't.
One moment, and the moment I remember because I wrote about it: Larry Merchant challenging Floyd Mayweather in the middle of the ring.
What was his name?
Mayweather. He challenged
Mayweather versus he got headbutted and then he hit him after.
Yeah, and then Larry Merchant said to him,
If I was
50 years younger, I would knock you on your ass.
I think wasn't Trinidad De La Hoya? HBO? Yeah. So that would be one. I came from a wedding that day, rushing to watch that fight in a friend's house. It was a whole bunch of
many memorable fights and moments on HBO. Jim Lampley, the fight doctor. I mean, you had Harold Letterman, the judge, and Lampley and Larry Merchant. It was just great. And then you had Max Kellerman come into the picture as well. We missed them. And then Showtime, and they're gone, and now it's all streaming. But that's the story. Tom, 2 hours, great talk. Thanks to OFACIO Falcon Jr., the rising super featherweight from the Bronx, for joining us. The return of Robbie Rebel, I loved it. He'll be back with the Rebel Rant when we continue. And so much information. The fights this weekend are interesting. Any final thoughts and where the fans reach you, my friend?
No, this was a great show. I mean, thank you to our guests that came up. They definitely made it good. If you didn't catch the beginning, Robbie Rebel's back. He's always great. He wasn't prepared to do the Rebel Rant. We just wanted to surprise Rich, and that was successful. So next week, we should get a nice Rebel Rant. And OFACIO Falcon, man, I've been telling people about this kid for a while now. And
he's on his way. He's
on his way. This kid is,
we're
looking for the next champion here in the Bronx, and I think he's him, and I don't like to use that expression, but I think
Tom, where does everyone reach you? They know you're on TD Sports Talk. Where else?
TD Sports Talk here on YouTube every Sunday with my man Pedro Fernandez at Ring Talk Worldwide. That's where you can catch me, and of course, keep it in the ring. YouTube and the radio, Sports Byline, USA.com and sportsbyline.com.
Next week, check the social media handles of Tom and myself at Ring786 at Twitter and on Facebook.com, Rich Mancuso on Instagram, among the others, Latinosports.com that I write for, read my content. Special show next week. We're going to look at the year in boxing and pro wrestling in 2025. We're almost coming to the end, and that might be my final show of the year. We'll see how that goes. But either going to be Thursday Night Live or Friday. We'll let you know. Check the social media. Thanks for everyone for watching tonight. staying with us for 2 hours or more. And the content was great. This was a great one. And 2 hours works, but it's a lot, but it works. And thank that guy, my colleague, friend, and producer. He makes me look good every week. String Punk Entertainment, Scott Churston as well. Tommy D, as I always say to everyone, God bless, be well, be good to each other. Until next time, I'm Rich Mancuso. That's Tommy D. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. And as always, what do we say?
Keep it in the ring.
Keep it in the ring. Till next time, I'm Rich. This is Tom. Take care.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.